Welcome to the Rink Report, which is being brought to you by Telhio Credit Union. I'm Bob McElligott along with Jody Shelley. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Night as the Blue Jackets take on the Dallas Stars at Nationwide Arena, closing out a two-game series. And Jody, the Blue Jackets are looking for a cure here to what happened to them a couple of nights ago because the Dallas Stars came in, basically ran roughshod over them, got up as high as a 5-1 lead, and then eventually won that game. The Blue Jackets were reeling a little bit at the end of that one, and this is where I think we're going to get our best look at these two-game series right now. How do you make the adjustments for the second game? How do you avoid getting swept tonight? What do they have to do besides score goals?
Well, that's why we love these sets, because now the Dallas Stars, they felt good about themselves for that day yesterday. They're coming in tonight with some confidence. The Blue Jackets had a spirited practice yesterday. They went over some things, a lot of chatter about John Tortorella telling his guys that they have to find their identity. And what is their identity? This is a team that I thought knew their identity. But if you think about it, there's more new pieces in that locker room than what you really think from the surface. The core is still there, but there's enough to say, hey, they're playing a little bit differently. So their identity is much like the Dallas Stars' approach to the game. Fast, hard to play against, in your face, no quit from the start to the beginning. I expect that tonight, or I think we're going to see exactly what these Blue Jackets are tonight. Korpisalo gets the start. This team, he's looking for a rebound, look for the team to try to rally around him. But let's see the forecheck. Let's see the pace. Let's see the attitude as the Columbus Blue Jackets hit the ice tonight. They have to respond, and that's the glorious thing about these back-to-back sets is that you get a chance not only to get another game under your hat, but you get to get back at the same team who just took you down 2 nights ago. I love it.
Can it be a shock as a player? Because I'm sure that they were hoping with Patrick Laine coming into the lineup. You know, I'm not saying this is realistic, but the hope is that here is the guy that's going to fix everything. He's going to come in and from day one, he's going to fix it all. And it didn't work that way. He had no points. They didn't score enough goals, the same problems that they have had. Now that he's played that, can they just settle in and say, all right, we had a practice with this guy. He's just one of us now. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? When you look at the ideal situation, now if Patrick comes in and gets a hat trick, puts a team on his back, do you spend the next 6 or 7 games waiting for him to take over, or do you lead the charge yourself? This is a team that has to win and lose as a team. All the details have to be there for this team to look good and to produce. So now I think everyone can settle down and be like, all right, you know what? Let's just play our game. You'll get your offensive chances when you get them, but we have to play this brand of hockey. The talk coming into camp was, oh, we're going to open it up, be a little more offensive. You can't just do that and expect the Blue Jackets to play the same way they've played. Del Zotto will help from the blue line. He'll cover up some of the hesitation from Jones and Werenski. I like Laine in the lineup. I mean, he's going to get his chances, but Domi was much more noticeable. He got competitive. He got the puck more. Atkinson's going to find the errors. They have some great pieces on this team. Laine is a piece of the puzzle, but you know what? They have to play with the attitude first. Then they'll get those chances. Then they'll all feel good about themselves.
All right, before we wrap this up, let's talk about the Dallas Stars. More specifically, I want to talk about a former teammate of yours in Joe Pavelski. You played with him with the San Jose Sharks. This guy just still continues to get it done. He's atop the league in goals scored now after the 2 he had the other night. And those goals both were shots that were tipped. They're coming from the point and they get tipped. Is anybody better at doing that in the NHL than Joe Pavelski?
No, not even close. And when I was in San Jose, he used to stay after practice. And I mean, after the on ice, the workout after the on ice, lunch, he would be up in the weight room, bouncing a ball off the wall, a racquetball, as we were all leaving to go enjoy the sunny weather. He's a guy that has worked at it. It's not a mistake. Everyone talks about his speed. He's played over 1,000 games. He has over 800 points. And I bet you the majority of his points have come from that high area away from the blue paint where he tips the puck. Those are not accidental plays. Those are set plays. The Blue Jackets have got to take his stick tonight. He's very effective, and he's a guy that loves the middle of the ice. Be careful.
Wonder if he was a good bunter, if he played baseball, if he was a good
I think
bunter.
he was.
You
I think
would
he
think,
was a
right?
really good athlete. Yeah, he's a good athlete. So he's well-rounded, and he's a player that is a great leader. He was when he went to school at Wisconsin, and he's had a tremendous career. Dangerous the other night, and the Blue Jackets will be focused on him and Ben tonight. That whole line was dangerous.
Yeah, Jamie Benn, he It's hard to say he kind of goes under the radar. In some ways he does, but he's a great player. He's one of those guys for me, Jody, that as soon as he scores, I go, oh, yeah, there he is, right?
Well, you overlook him a little. He's been overlooked his entire career. Passed on when he was in amateur hockey, was drafted late in the 5th round. Now he's a captain of the organization. I love his emotional game. He's a little bit like Nick Foligno. He just drives the pulse of the team. And you're right. Yeah, he's dangerous. Put Radulov on there. Very, very potent line that they put together the other night.
All right, so tonight's game gets underway at 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage starts at 6:30 on Fox Sports Ohio. And also, the Blue Jackets radio network tonight, we are debuting our new alternate station in Columbus, and that is Columbus Alternative 105.7 FM. You'll be able to find the game tonight, so make sure you check me out there. That'll do it for today's Rink Report. It's been brought to you by Ohio Credit Union. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.